We started with an earthquake yesterday here in Tuscany, but now things really about to start shaking up as the cars hit the track here at Mugello for the season finale of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, this part one of two of the weekend. However, it could be the day where we see our champion crowned for 2022. Welcome everyone to the live broadcast. My name is Chris McCarthy. It is an absolute pleasure to have your company as always. It has been a fantastic journey this season, but sadly, as all good things must come to an end, the cars now making their way onto the circuit. There you can see the cars gridding up for race number one. And like I said, our champion could be crowned today. Dino Beganovic is the man who leads. He is on 255 points. Gabriele Mini is on 217 points, 38 points behind. Paul Aron is on 216 points, 39 points back. And Hadrian David is on 208 points, 47 points back. We use the same point system as Formula One, 25 going to the winner, 18 for second, 15 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, and so on. Dino Beganovic, in that case, all he needs to do is finish inside the top four positions. If he does that, he will be champion no matter what anyone else does. For Paul Aron and for Gabriele Mini, they need to win the race and hope Dino Beganovic finishes fifth or lower. However, that task for them could be a little bit difficult. Paul Aron has given himself the best possible opportunity to take the fight into tomorrow. Like he did last year, he took both pole positions and both wins. He remains unbeaten at Mugello after he took pole earlier and set a new record of pole positions in FRECA, his 9th pole position in his FRECA career. But starting directly behind him on the grid is Dino Beganovic. For Gabriele Mini, his chances very quickly slipping away. He is going to be starting this one down from row 6, and likewise for Hadrian David, he is going to be starting this one from row number 5. So the Estonian Paul Aron is going to be the man who heads the field to the right of your screen. Victor Bernier will be the man who starts alongside him on the front row. We can see the cars lining up. We're going to be heading down to the grid shortly. We'll take a closer look at it as well. It's going to be 30 minutes plus a lap as always. We're going to have the extra element of the push to pass this year as well. So that's going to make things very, very interesting. But we're going to go down to Camilla on the grid and hear from Victor Bernier.
Hi, Victor. Second place on the grid, starting from Barcelona. You always had a great pace. What can you expect from your performance here in Mugello?
Yeah, let's see for a good start. We need to see the pace of Prema. I think he will be really strong here because Paul won last year. So we need to see, but my pace is really good, so we need to see.
Thank you.
Good to hear from Victor Bernier there, his best ever qualifying. He qualified on the second row at Barcelona. He qualified inside the top 10. He qualified on row 4, then on row 2. However, he scored no points. He had a mechanical issue in the first race. He crashed in the second race. So Victor Bernier is seeking redemption. He's finished in the points just once this season when he scored a 9th back at Zandvoort. He's never been on the podium. He's never taken a rookie win. Can he change that today? Let's hear now from our pole sitter, Paul Aron.
Hi, Paul. Definitely, actually, you are the king of the pole position, 9 pole position in 2 years. Can you turn the pole position into a victory?
Yeah, I remember I had the same question last year, and I said something really funny, and after I got some blame for it. So yeah, hopefully I can convert it to a win. So a bit more of a basic answer this time.
Thank you.
I remember that too, actually. Good to hear from Paul Aron. Always gives a great interview, I have to say. And as you can see, the Mercedes Junior, even though he is on pole position, incredibly calm ahead of this one. And that is why we see him breaking records in this incredibly competitive championship. 36 cars out there. Now, a couple of changes to talk you through for those of you who weren't with us for qualifying earlier. Santiago Ramos has moved across from the KIC Motorsport team to the RPM team. So he is going to be in the orange and green colours. Now he's starting this one from 27th, and we welcome back William Alatalo, the Flying Finn as well. He's going to be in the KIC car. He's going to be starting 23rd. Let's go back to the grid now.
I did a really important race for you. You need only a 4th place to close the game.
Yeah, I mean, we will do our best. Obviously, try to win the race, do on the podium, and then we'll see how the race goes.
Thank you.
Good to hear from Dino, short and sweet. He's been super, super consistent so far this season. We last saw him on the podium back at Spa, but he has a worst on-track finish of 16th. He's only been out of the points twice this season. Incredible consistency from Dino Beganovic. He is going to be on row number 2 alongside him. Another rookie in Leonardo Fornaroli. He lines up directly behind fellow rookie Victor Bernier. Now he leads Josh Dufek in the fight for the rookie title by 11 points. So that is going to be one we're going to have to monitor as well. Let's hear though from the Italian Fornaroli.
Hi, Leonardo. First of all, congratulations on your performance so far. You are at the top of the standings for the Rookie Championship. What can you expect for your performance here in Mugello?
Yeah, very good qualifying this morning. Yeah, we just missed pole position by only few milliseconds. But anyway, very good quality. I'm really happy with the team. Now before. I just hope to do a really good, very good start, and do what I can do.
Thank you.
Yeah, Leo missed out on a front row start by 0.02 of a second. It was a really close qualifying session, 0.2 away from taking overall pole position. Paul Aron really had a domination in qualifying this morning. He was about a 10.5, just under 0.2 clear of anyone. He seems to find something around this circuit that no one else can, and he just loves the high-speed sections. He says this circuit is built for these kind of cars, and that is what he loves. There you can see the top 8, the first 4 rows. We've heard from the first 4 drivers. The second 4 drivers, Josh Dufek, second in the rookie standings. A best ever qualifying for Matteo Capietto, who's chasing 2 points finishes. Likewise, Nico Baptiste, his best ever qualifying. A well done to him. Bortoletto will be 8th. Then Havicourt and David round out the top 10. Tangavellu, who had a spin in qualifying, will be row 6 alongside Mini. Then Dirksen on row 7. Watch out for him. He moved from that row to finish in 6th, so he could be one to watch. Likewise, Fluxer, Chauvet as well. Nothing to lose for him. He's going to be 15th with Tramnitz 16th. Then we have Montoya next along 17th. Hopen will be in 18th, Lawrence Van Hopen in the 42, then Boyer, Ogard with his best qualifying, Vantoff and Braski, who scored his first point last time out. Then we have Alatalo and Megatunif. Revets and Masson come next, then it's Ramos and Barrichello, Armani and Belinsky. Leon and Zagazzetta will be on row number 16. They keep coming. Row 17 with Nicky and Nos, Alcabasi and Marin Angeli. Round out the field. That is all 36 cars out there for the first part of this final round. We will go again tomorrow, of course, but this race number 1 of the weekend, and the race where we could see our champion crowned. If Dino Beganovic stays where he is, he will become champion. He can't afford to lose 1 place, but I think he'll want to stay exactly where he is or move forward. He's got a rookie ahead of him in Victor Bernier. I'm sure he'll be seeking to get that place at the first corner and maybe even take the fight to his teammate Paul Aron. The drivers left with their own thoughts now as the mechanics clear the track here at Mugello. Very shortly we will see them off onto the formation lap before we go racing for 30 minutes plus a lap. The Mercedes Junior there, Paul Aron then leads us off for the formation lap around Mugello. This one of the most beautiful circuits in Europe, if not around the world. If you haven't been here before, you have to add it to your bucket list of racetracks to visit in racing. It really is a fantastic circuit. Speaking to the drivers, they all absolutely love it. The lowest gear they carry around any section of this circuit is third gear. They really push incredibly hard round here. Arriviata 1 and 2, the section of the circuit through the second sector, they are flat out fifth gear through there. Although that wasn't the case for some drivers earlier, the wind really did affect qualifying earlier and affected the setup that drivers put on the cars. It was a really challenging session for them. There's Davide Gerosa from Pirelli, by the way, to the right-hand side of your screen. If you want to see how all these tyres on the cars are fitted, head to our Instagram page. We did a live video with Davide and his team earlier where they took us through the chain of how all the tyres are fitted, and they showed us exactly how the process is done. We watched one of the tyres that G4 Racing will carry for testing. They also talked us through the new wet compound that we are going to have in Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine next season. We had a new dry compound this season, which could see some tyre degradation in this race, just like we had at Barcelona. We'll have a new wet compound this year, and a big thanks to Davide and his team. Well, there we see the drivers just making their way through Biondetti 1 and 2 and up towards the final corner. Now in Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, there is a push-to-pass system that is active. The drivers get to use it 5 times throughout the race. It becomes active when they hit the start-finish line at the end of the first lap. They get to use it for up to 15 seconds in one push. It becomes active when they are in 4th gear. So as they come out of this final corner, once they click up to 4th gear, they get to use it. Speaking to Gabriele Mini, he said that they pretty much use it for about 13, 14 seconds when we spoke to him in Paddock Live yesterday. So we are getting almost the full usage of our push-to-pass system here at Mugello as Paul Aron leads us up to the line. If we get a safety car, then as soon as we hit the start-finish line on a safety car restart, that's when it becomes active. Looking round, there are some dark clouds around. Will weather play a part in this race, I wonder? Who knows? Will we get a situation like we had at the Red Bull Ring with pit stops coming active? I can see teams just making sure they are ready for that, just in case. There's Sebastian Ogier, had a brilliant qualifying session earlier, his best ever one, as he gets quicker and quicker in the car. But Paul Aron, unbeaten so far at Mugello, 2 poles and 2 wins last year, a pole so far this year. Can he add to that? There's Levente Ravetz, who got his best result and his best qualifying back at Barcelona. Can he improve on that this time? You can see Victor Bernier to the right of screen there, already pointing his car across to cover off any challenges from Dino Beganovic. Remember, to remind you, for viewers just tuning in, Dino Beganovic, all he needs to do to become champion in this race is finish in the top 4. For Paul Aron, he needs to win and hope Dino is 5th or lower. The lights are coming on here at Mugello. To the left of screen is Paul Aron, to the right is Victor Bernier. We are go for race 1 here at Mugello. Great start from Dino Beganovic, the second of the red and white Prema cars, already alongside Victor Bernier as they make their way down towards turn number 1 for the first time. Paul Aron leading, Victor Bernier in the blue FA Racing car trying to go all the way around the outside. The Frenchman trying to get himself into the lead, but he slots into 2nd place. Good driving there from the Frenchman to hold his position. Dino stays in 3rd. It looks like Dufek has passed Leonardo Fornaroli for 4th place. The 2 drivers fighting over the lead of the Rookie Championship. A big change there. Josh Dufek is past Leonardo Fornaroli. There's Lawrence Van Hopen in the 42, trying to move himself up the order as well. Making places on the first lap is critical there, and Van Hopen there already making a couple of places as he started down in the mid-pack. One of the Trident drivers running slightly wide there. That looked like Tim Tramnitz recovered it well as they come now down through Arriviata 1, up through Arriviata 2. Running a little bit wide there was Victor Bernier as Paul Aron begins to pull away out front. There we can see another driver running wide. That was one of the Tridents points. Running wide, I think that may have been Roman Bielinski, and Nico Baptiste runs wide in the blue FA Racing car. Now he's going to be under attack from Kaz Havercourt in the black and orange Van Amersfoort there as they come through. Biondetti 1 and 2. Paul Aron stretching clear already. Victor Bernier is going to have to be careful of Dino Beganovic, but for now this is good for Dino Beganovic. This will be enough to become champion, but there's a long way to go in this race as Havercourt tries to dive down the inside of Nico Baptiste. Baptiste giving him the room. Now the long run down the start-finish straight in the blue just behind. That is Hadrian David. Push to pass now active as they hit the start-finish line. Will we see Havercourt use his first one straight away to get a move done as we head down towards turn number 1? There we can see Havercourt to the outside. Will he make the move on the brakes? He's certainly going to give it a go, and yes, he does. Havercourt is through and up into 8th place. Baptiste, we've never seen him running in the top 10, so doing well to hold his own so far. But now Hadrian David, another one of the Fracker heavyweights there, going round the outside, so that's a change of 9th position. Baptiste will want to try and stay inside the points, but he's got Gabriele Mini, who is second in the championship coming into this race. Just behind him now, Joshua Dirksen is next behind that, and Dirksen trying to take the fight to Gabriele Mini as they head now downhill and in towards Arrabbiata 1 and 2. Aron's gap at the end of the first lap, 1.1 seconds. The nerves may have settled for Victor Bernier now as someone kicking up a cloud of dust there, someone running wide onto the gravel. We'll see a bit of that throughout this race. It's so easy just to drop a rear tyre into that gravel as you push up through Arrabbiata. 5 places gained for Levente Rivets. You can see the biggest winners and losers. Esteban Masson climbing up nicely as well. He's up 4 on that first lap. Francesco Braschi is up 3 as well. Into Biondetti 1 and 2. You can see the Fracker cars stretching their way through. Gabriel Bortoletto just ahead of Havercourt, trying to get past Maceo Capietto, who is on for his best ever result if he can stay where he is. I've got to say, really impressive. Oh no, one of the Prema drivers off in the background. Sebastian Montoya running wide out of the final corner, and he's going to lose a place to one of the ARTs. I think that's Van Hopen who goes by. Fluxer has gone by as well, so Fluxer up to 14th, Van Hopen up to 15th place there, Montoya down to 16th. Here's Gabriele Mini in the 46, trying to go round the outside of Nico Baptiste. He's going to hold on, he's going to dive down the inside into the left-hander. Baptiste says no you don't. Baptiste trying to hold him off. Mini though being brave around the outside. Still side by side, the two of them now as they come down towards turn number 4. This on lap number 3, and Mini finally completes that move. Brilliant driving all round from the pair of them there. Good, respectful racing. Dirksen's now going to try and get involved in this. He fires one down the inside as we go in towards turn number 6. Can't quite get through, and now queuing up behind. Tim Tramnitz next in the queue. Fluxer is next after that, but Mini is into the points, but he has a lot of work to do in this race. Needs Beganovic to have it off, and he needs to climb forward. Oh no, Fluxer, I think that is, goes off there, and he's going to lose a place to Van Hopen. He loses a place to Montoya as well, the Spaniard dropping back. He was the man on the move back at Barcelona, gained 17 places there. One of the most impressive drives in terms of progress we'd seen all season. Fluxer dropping back a couple there. Baptiste just outside of the points, still on for what would be his best result of the season. Keep an eye on Chauvet in that orange and green car. He's going to be on the move next. You can see him trying to line up a pass on Lorenzo Fluxer. Nothing to lose in this race. Podiums at both of his Fracker appearances so far this season. Back to the battle for second, and Dino Beganovic closing in even more on Victor Bernier, who's dropping back even more from Paul Aron. Aron's lead up to 2 seconds now. Dufek next in 4th. He would score 12 points with this finish. Fornaroli would score 10. That would bring the gap down between those two in the rookie standings to 9 points. So Dufek really needs assistance here from Capietto, from Bortoletto, from Havercourt as well. Dufek loves this circuit. He scored 3 pole positions when he came here last year in Italian F4 and took a win in the process as well. Fluxer with dirty tyres still. now struggling to hold off Sebastian Montoya just behind, who has Chauvet for company. Boyer's next along. He was very fast here last year as well. Didn't have the best of fortunes in qualifying, but wouldn't be surprised to see him moving up the order as they come now down through Arrabbiata 1 and 2. Hugely steep climb that is. Now they make their way. We pick up Paul Arron coming in towards turn number 12. Banked corner through there, rolling through in third gear. They carry so much speed through here, and now it's flat out down to the last corner. Bernier doing a good job here, I have to say, mentally to recover, let alone physically. He picked up an injury to his wrist after that incident with Beganovic, but mentally to pick himself back up after 2 DNFs in Barcelona, stick it on the front row here and be running in second, hugely impressive. This is a replay of the start then. You can see Victor Bernier comes straight across to cover off Dino Beganovic. Everyone away nice and safely in the background as well. Bernier in the blue there, holds off Beganovic round the outside, and in the background we saw the likes of Havercourt making a position on Baptiste. This was Montoya going right out of the final corner. Fluxa goes by, Van Hopen goes by as well. This was when we saw Baptiste and Mini going side by side in towards turn number 4. Fantastic racing there, and this is when Fluxa himself went off. Dirksen dropped a wheel and Fluxa exaggerated that process, going all 4 wheels off out of that corner. Paul Arron flying, oh no, that's Francesco Braschi into the pits, teammate of course to Victor Bernier. And Francesco Braschi, who had a brilliant weekend last week, finished 11th to pick up his first point as Chauvet does not score any points and finished ahead. And Braschi, who is making really good progress in the last 2 or 3 rounds. Victor himself said to me since Red Bull Ring, the car has just been absolutely on fire, and I think we can see that with both Bernier and Baptiste fighting and qualifying in the top 10, that the FA Racing team is really ending this season on a high. Out of the chicane they come now and down towards the final corner. Dino Beganovic closing in on Victor Bernier. Josh Dufek in 4th place, needs to hold off Fornaroli behind him as well. And as I said, the gap between them now 9 points, so he needs Capietto, Bortoletto, Havercourt, David Mini to get past them. Dino in 3rd place, all he needs to do is stay here. He is champion and he'll take a podium in the process as well. But he's a racing driver, he'll want to get past. That driver within him will want to go and make a move on Bernier. 20 minutes plus the additional lap remaining here. Replay coming up as we watch a little bit further back. One of the Monolite drivers, I think that might have been that's Pietro Armani, sorry, in the 6, who ran wide, coming up through Arrabbiata 2. One of the everyone's favourite part of this circuit, but they kind of love it and hate it at the same time, because that can happen very easily. When you're behind the driver in front, the car understeers as you're in the dirty air, you lose grip, and that is why we're seeing drivers run wide like that through what is a flat-out corner, usually in 5th gear. Back to our leaders, here we see Arron in the Prema, red and white, 2.1 ahead of Bernier, Beganovic, Dufek, Fornaroli, Capietto, 2 top 3 rookies there, top 4 rookies altogether in the top 10. Brilliant progress from them. As we already cast our eyes towards next season, are we looking at some of the drivers who are going to be fighting for the title next season, as we no doubt wave goodbye to some of our big heavyweights in the series. Bortoletto signed to race with Trident in FIA Formula 3 next year. Paul Arron signed to race with Prema in FIA Formula 3 next year, and no doubt more will follow in their footsteps, and like the alumni before, they will no doubt fight for the title straight off the bat. Into the first corner, Leonardo Fornaroli's defending. This could be big for the rookie title, and Gabriele Mini is trying to make his way up the order here, trying to get the switchback on Hadrian David. Two of the top four in the championship, fighting over 9th and 10th. Brilliant move from Gabriele Mini, round the outside, through turn number 4, and down the inside there, in towards 5. Fantastic move from Gabriele Mini to go down the inside into the right. Hadrian David did not see that one coming at all. Through the chicane, Gabriele Mini makes the move, and that was a brilliant move from the ART driver. Let's watch it again. Just rolled so much speed here as they came into the first chicane and into the right-hander. Gabriele Mini made the move. Brilliant move there from Mini. Now puts his eyes ahead to Kaz Havikort, who is in 8th place. This is Capietto, who had dropped a little bit of form in the last 3 rounds, but is now starting to find that Matteo Capietto we knew at the start of the season, who was always qualifying in and around the top 10 and fighting for points finishes as well. Matteo Capietto, 6 points on the board for him this season. He's taken a couple of 9th place finishes. He's been in the points 4 times. And his goal, he said in Paddock Live to us, 2 more points finishes. I think he could be about to add to that. Personal best qualifying to kick the weekend off. Are we going to see him now get a personal best result? Down the start-finish straight, you can see Paul Aron in a class of his own, but behind that, they're queuing up behind Bernier. There's Bortoletto, the Brazilian driver. He's trying to get past Capietto himself. So Capietto, if he doesn't move forward, he could be in danger of going backwards. It's one thing all the drivers have to be careful of. This is a little bit further down the pack. That's one of the G4 cars going off. That's Matteo Zagazzetta, and he's going to lose a place to William Alatalo in the process. So, shame that for Zagazzetta. Drops himself a position. That'll drop him down to 28th place. He lost a place to Noel Leon as well, the Red Bull Junior, who's here for the first time. A few drivers here for the first time, one of them being Matteo Capietto. Incredibly impressive debut for Matteo Capietto. Had never raced on this circuit before, coming over from the French F4 Championship, who do not come to this circuit. So this is a very impressive debut for him to be in the top 10. I think he's the only real one of the top 10 who hasn't raced at this circuit before. So really impressive stuff from him. Victor Bernier, another one as well, actually. So the 2 Frenchmen straight away in the top 10. Victor Bernier on his debut could also get himself inside the top 10 as well. Could he get his first rookie win? Could he get his podium as well? Would be a really impressive first run at this circuit. He said he had tested here once, but that's it. Down the start-finish straight they come. We're now halfway through this race, just coming up to 15 minutes down, 15 more to go. And I tell you what, Fornaroli in 5th place is the man now to watch. He's closing in on Dufek. There you can see, this is Beganovic, our potential champion to be. But watch in the background, Dufek there, Fornaroli in the Trident car, the red, white and blue Trident at the top of screen, is closing in on Dufek here. Capietto is dropping back from him. Bortoletto is closing in likewise on him. There's Havikort, we had a quick look at in the 27. Beganovic looks comfortable to stay where he is in 3rd place. He knows that's good enough to become champion. Replay through turn number 1. That's Nico Baptiste, sadly being shown onto the grass. That's dropped him to 15th place. This is Odegaard going toe-to-toe with Rivets as they all come up towards turn number 2. That's a battle a little bit further down the field. Whoa, Noel Leon off in the gravel up at the top of screen as well. And Noel Leon drops down the order. So that was through the first chicane, just ran way too wide through there. Big mistake that from Noel Leon. Good job to keep it out of the barriers. Paul Aron now, we return to live pictures. This is your leader, Paul Aron, who has a lead of 3 seconds. A lock-up from someone there. That would have been one of our chasing pack. If it was Victor Bernier, he might be under some pressure coming down the start-finish straight. No, I don't think it was him. Might have been Dufek. because he looks under a lot of pressure from Fornaroli here as they head now down to the first corner. He's looking in the mirrors at Fornaroli. Don't forget, they have the push-to-pass system. They get to use it 5 times in the race, and Gabriele Mini was on that push-to-pass button there as he just drove straight past Kaz Havikour. Thank you very much, and that is going to be 8th place to Gabriele Mini. Well, you can't say he isn't giving this absolutely everything he has. Gabriele Mini is throwing everything he has at this. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough for now, but Gabriele Mini is also, of course, in the fight for second in the championship as well. It's something we need to keep an eye on at this stage. He's losing a lot of points to Paul Aron. Aron will jump up to second in the championship. He's going to score 25 points. Gabriele Mini, of course, finishing down in 8th place, will score just the 4 points, so he will lose a lot of points to Paul Aron, and his task will be quite difficult tomorrow. Hadrian David down in 10th, so he will keep a gap over Hadrian David, but he needs to try and minimise the damage that he's losing here to Paul Aron by as much as possible and get past as many of these guys ahead. So the fight for Gabriele Mini continues now as he looks to make his way up the order. And there you can see they're all queued up just ahead of him. Next for him will be Bortoleto. We watch Dufek coming out the final corner. Once again, Cambietto is starting to close in on Fornaroli. Second place, Bernier across the line. Biganovic, third. Dufek here in 4th place. On to take some points out of Fornaroli in the fight for the rookie lead. Bortoleto and Mini in picture. Mini has already closed in on Bortoleto. Oh, and we see Bortoleto run wide there, and that's Mini going through, I think. Who arrives first at the top of the screen? It's Mini. They're side by side. Gabriele Mini just ahead. No, Bortoleto is ahead as they now come in towards the chicane. Well, Bortoleto running wide through the second corner there, and I thought Gabriele Mini was through, but Bortoleto just about able to hold on. All of a sudden, he's now under pressure from Kaz Havikour. We've got the incident between Lawrence van Hopen and Nico Baptiste will be investigated after the race. I think that's the one we saw with Baptiste running onto the grass. That'll be investigated after the race. That's Amna Al-Kibasi coming into pit lane, sadly. Doesn't look like she's going to go any further in this race. Tangavelu sadly did not start the race, so that's a real shame for him. Braski is also in the pit lane as well. So we are down to 33 drivers now in this race. Real shame for those 3 drivers, but we go again tomorrow where we have another qualifying session and another race as well. And that is one thing all the drivers love about this format, is if you have a bad Saturday, then it starts all again. On Sunday, you can start fresh and forget Saturday ever happened. Right, Bernier is starting to get a little bit concerned now, starting just to try and weave and break the toe of Dino Biganovic as they make their way down towards the first corner. What's going on, though, between Bortoleto and Mini? They were very close across the line. There was only 3/10 between them. Who's going to be the first of those two to come into our view? Doesn't look like Biganovic wants to make this move for second place. I think he's happy where he is. Keep an eye on the top of the screen. Which one of them is going to be first? Mini, of course, needs to get as many places as possible here. 7th would be 6 on the board. Oh, Bortoleto's dropping down the order. He's gone down to 11. Oh, no, he's spun. Bortoleto is spun. Coming out of turn 3 there. And Bortoleto is out of the race, and this could be a safety car now. Bortoleto out of the race. Well, he was in that fight with Gabriele Mini. They were only split by 3/10 across the line, and it's ended in tears for Gabriel Bortoleto, sadly. Safety car is out. That'll give Victor Bernier a chance to close in on Paul Aron. It will give the likes of, let's take a look at what happened. They were side by side coming, oh, and there was contact coming out of turn 3. Gabriele Mini has damage, I think, as well, because he's dropping down the order. He either has damage or he was heavily heavily delayed in that. We can see what happened, but Gabriele Mini is now down to 12th place. Bortoleto out. What a shame after his win last week, his first pole position, his second win in Freca. Gabriel Bortoleto is not going to go any further in this race. Side-by-side contact as they ran through turn number 3. Real shame between them. It'll be investigated after the race, I'm being told. A tough one to call from the angle we saw there, but a real shame for both drivers, both fighting inside the points, trying to give each other the space, but that's a very, very quick corner. When they come through turn number 3, it's uphill, so you can push really, really hard coming up through there. The elevation naturally takes some speed off the cars, which means you can carry even more speed. And Gabriele Mini has lost his front wing. Gabriele Mini's title hopes have officially come to an end. He makes his way down the pit lane, and that is his hopes for any chance of this 2022 title now over. What a shame for the Italian. Gabriele Mini is out of this race. Paul Aron will take a huge amount of points out of him. He will go into second place and will have a big gap over Gabriele Mini. He will be 23 points ahead of Mini if the race ends as it is. And for Hadrian David, well, he's only, let's see, he's 9 points behind Gabriele as it stands. And Hadrian David now running in 8th place. That'll give him 4 points. The gap will close down to about 5 points. Here it is one more time. Side-by-side contact, really. Tough one to call. I don't think you can put either driver at fault there. They were running side-by-side, and unfortunately, just a bit of side-by-side contact between them, and that seen Bortoleto go round and into the barriers. Tough one to say, but the guys in race control have all the angles to investigate that one properly, so we will leave that one over to them. Gabriele, what a shame for him. He'll have the chance to end his season on a high tomorrow. He will drop to 3rd in the championship at least now, and staying on a championship podium could be tough because Hadrian David will be about 5 points back from him going into tomorrow. Paul Aron making his way up towards the first corner. He's going to be the first car behind the safety car. Victor Bernier behind him as well in the FA racing car. Dino Beganovic in 3rd place. Dufek in 4th. Fornaroli in 5th place. Capietto in 6th. Havercourt in 7th. Hadrian David in 8th. Joshua Dirksen in 9th. And Tim Tramnitz in 10th place as well. Van Hopen, I've got to say, is doing a really good job here. There's some fantastic performances coming in a little bit further down the top 10. So Tim Tramnitz, that's now 6 places gained for him, up into 10th place to run in the points. Lawrence Van Hopen, he's gained 7 places now to run in 11th place. Lorenzo Fluxa also doing a good job. He's gained a couple of places, and despite his brief trip through the gravel, he's up in 12th. Nico Baptiste has done well to hold his own and keep in and around the top 10, and he is set for what could be a personal best result for Nico Baptiste. Actually, he's done a really good job there and it would be a personal best result, beat what is his previous best of 16th place. So let's hope for his sake he can hold on to that. Montoya is 14th, and Chauvet hasn't really been able to make the progress that he or the team would have expected, but they will come again tomorrow. Cars filter their way back downhill. There we see Nico Baptiste in the FA racing car. There is Seb Montoya in the Prema car. The safety car will be in on this lap as the cars come up through Arrabbiata. Paul Aron leading the way from Victor Bernier. Dino Beganovic running in 3rd place as well. All he needs to do is stay there and he will become champion. There we see the number 30 of Manny Boyer as well. He's moved up a few places in this race. Ogard on for what would be his personal best result as well. Megatunif, once again, a hard charger, 7 places again for him as he climbs up 6 places, make that as he's climbed up the order as well. Ramos up in 19th, Masson rounds out your top 20. But out front, Paul Laron trying to keep his unbeaten run at Mugello going. Let's see if he can do so. He's going to have Victor Bernier trying to take the fight to him as they come up to the start-finish line. As soon as they hit the line, the push to pass will become active. Just over 3 minutes plus the additional lap remaining. We've got to keep an eye on the Dufek versus Fornaroli battle. They are 4th and 5th in queue. Our champion to be potentially is in 3rd place. Right, up to the final corner we come. The Estonian, Mercedes Junior, is going to be the man to lead us on to the start-finish line. When will he get his foot down? He is leaving it quite some time here. Paul Aron, a lot of drivers would have expected him to be gone by now, but Paul Aron is going to leave this till as late as possible. He knows just how long this run is down to turn 1. He knows there's a push-to-pass system which will be active, and because of that reason, Paul Aron is going to keep us all waiting. Whoa, in the background there, drivers being caught out, but Paul Aron is going to wait to the start-finish line. Now he gets his foot down, and it's like a rolling start as they come up to the start-finish line, down towards turn number 1, and Paul Aron has absolutely nailed it. Look at the gap he has in towards turn number 1. Dufek trying to go round the outside of Dino Beganovic, and Dufek's gone up to 3rd place there. Brilliant driving from the Swiss driver, Josh Dufek, into 3rd, ahead of Dino Beganovic. Dino has to stay there to become champion now. Paul Aron trying to push his title rival back into the pack, and he's been successful in doing so. Fornaroli under pressure from Havicourt. Havicourt can really help his teammate out here, Josh Dufek. If he can get past the Trident driver, he'll know that. He'll want to make that position. Round the outside, Megatunif, the man on the move. 59 places he's gained over the last 2 rounds alone. Sami Megatunif gaining even more. He's up to 14th place. Sami Megatunif absolutely on fire in this race. He's gained 10 places. That's now 69 places gained in 5 races. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Sami Megatunif, and he can gain some more. We're going to have 2 laps remaining when they come across the start-finish line. Tramnitz remains in 10th place, just behind Dirksen as they make their way up towards Biondetti 1 and 2. The safety car restart will be investigated after the race. We did have some drivers slamming on the brake pedal coming up to the start-finish line, but Paul Aron has given himself a very comfortable lead as they make their way up to the start-finish line. And now we have a fight for the rookie lead on. Victor Bernier versus Josh Dufek for the rookie lead as they come up to the start-finish line. 2 to go. Here we go. Dino Beganovic has to keep this place ahead of Leonardo Fornaroli to secure himself the champion. Fornaroli, though, knows Josh Dufek, who's 3rd on track, is getting away from him. He'll want to make that move. It's all going off behind that as well. That's Sami Megatunif trying to gain even more places. Oh no, he's on the grass. Megatunif dropping back. He had got up to 13th place briefly, but now he's got to drop it back, but you can't say he didn't give that absolutely everything. Another masterclass in overtaking from the Frenchman. Out front, though, this is where it all have to watch. This battle for 2nd. We've got Dino in 3rd place, in 4th place, who has to stay there. However, he is in a sandwich between our 2 rookie leaders in the title race. However, for him, it's bad news because the man leading the rookie title race is behind him. The man second in it is ahead of him. So he's got a driver behind him who will be absolutely desperate to make a move behind him. Dino needs to be aware of that. He might have to do some defending on this final lap. Ahead of him, though, he could be in view of a great fight for the rookie lead as well, because we're going to have Dufek and Bernier going toe-to-toe for the rookie lead here. Bernier has never won a rookie race. Dufek has won 3 of them. Up towards the final corner we go. We're getting ready to start the final lap of this race. Are we going to have this man being crowned champion in a lap's time? If he stays where he is, he will be champion. Up towards the start-finish line we go to start the final lap of this race. Paul Aron has done absolutely everything he can. But Leonardo Fornaroli, I think he's on that push to pass. He's getting closer and closer to Dino Beganovic. Dino Beganovic might have to defend here. Fornaroli trying to take the fight to him. In the background, there goes Havacor down the inside of Capietto. Capietto to the outside, trying to get a place there. Oh no, Capietto running wide. Adrian David getting closer. He can get some more points out of Gabriele Mini if he can make a place on his countryman. Van Hopen is into the points. The rookie driver there has pulled off a move on Tim Tramnitz, and he is now into the points from 18th on the grid. What a drive from Laurens Van Hopen, the Dutch driver in his first full season of single-seater racing, going so well in this race. Down through Arrabbiata 1 and 2 for the final time in race 1. The fight for the rookie title is getting really interesting now going into tomorrow. The gap between our two rookie leaders will be just 6 points. But Dino Beganovic, is he about to be crowned our champion? He just needs to keep it on the track now and keep Leonardo Fornaroli behind. Are we going to have a drag race to the line for second place between Bernier and Dufek? Where do you watch? So much going on in the last 3 corners of this race. Paul Aron is the one leading as they make their way up towards the final corner for the final time, but I think Dino has done enough here. Paul Aron has certainly done enough out front. He makes his way out the final corner, and the king of Mugello remains unbeaten. Paul Aron up to the line, comes across the line to take yet another win. Behind, Bernier takes his first rookie win. Dufek is third, but in 4th place, Dino Beganovic is your 2022 Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine Drivers Champion. What a fantastic season it has been for Dino. He is the first ever Swedish champion in Freca, Freck and Formula Renault Euro Cup history. He has done himself, his team and his country so proud. He was 13th in the championship last season with 1 podium and 2 rookie wins. This year, 4 wins, 11 podiums, 4 pole positions. He has only been out of the points twice this season with a worst result of 16th place. The last feeder series Swedish champion was Felix Rosenqvist back in 2015 in the FIA F3 European Championship. He went on to do pretty big things. I think Dino Beganovic is going on to do pretty big things as well. He has a very bright future ahead of him after a successful test in FIA Formula 3 with the Prema team. A congratulations to Dino Beganovic. He is officially your 2022 champion. What a fantastic season it has been. It took until Paul Ricard race 2 in terms of the results until Dino was out of the top 2 in the points. Paul Aron there wins the race by 3.4 seconds. Victor Bernier finishes in 2nd place and takes his first podium and his first rookie win. Josh Dufek on the podium once again, his 3rd of the season. Dino is 4th place, our champion. Then we had Leonardo Fornaroli in 5th place. Damage limitation for him. Cas Havacor in 6th. Maceo Capietto with his best result ever in 7th. David was able to take points out of Gabriele Mini. He brings the gap down between those two to just 5. Dirksen was 9th. Van Hopen in the points for the 4th time this season in 10th, coming up from 18th on the grid. Tramnitz 11th, then Montoya, Fluxa, Chauvet, Baptiste, Megatunif, Boya, Ramos, Masson, Van Toff, Belinsky, Alatalo, Barrichello, Leon, Rivets, Nos, Wisnicki, Armani, Marilangeli, Zagazeta, Ogard, out of the race, Mini, Bortoletto, Alcabasi, Blasky, Tangavellu. There he is. He has a secret around this circuit that no one else can find. Paul Aron is the master of Mugello. And Paul Aron, the Mercedes Junior, who will be in FIA Formula 3 next year. It's almost a shame that they are not coming to this circuit because he absolutely dominates every time he comes here. What Paul Aron knows about this circuit, no one else can find. It's been an absolutely fantastic performance. Once again, a lights to flag win. The restart will be investigated after the race. That's something we do have to say. But otherwise, a fantastic performance, a lights to flag win, just like he did last year in both races here at Mugello. Flavio waves him into the winner's spot. There comes Paul Aron, pulls into the winner's spot. He is the winner once again here at Mugello. To the left of him there, that is Josh Dufek on the podium once more, just like he was at both races in the Red Bull Ring. He's closed the gap to Leonardo Fornaroli to 6 points. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But Paul Aron climbs out of his car. The Mercedes Junior is your winner once again at Mugello, unbeaten here in Tuscany. Well done to Paul Aron. We'll go and celebrate with his team now. The representatives there from Mercedes celebrates. There's his brother, Ralph Aron, who's running the Prema team in the World Endurance Championship this year. Very proud of his brother, no doubt. There is our champion, though. Dino Beganovic climbs out of his car. He is your champion for 2022 and immediately celebrating with the team. It's been hard work for Dino Beganovic. A hard end to the season last year. It ended in tears pretty much, but he picked himself back up this year, came back with a bang. He started on the top step of the podium and he will end on the top step of the championship podium. Great sportsmanship from Gabriele Mini from ART there, his championship rival all year, to come down and congratulate him. An emotional moment for Dino Beganovic, the first time he has won a title in single-seaters, and I think he's left it to a pretty good one, hasn't he? Waited for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, the first ever Swedish champion we have seen. And I don't think this is going to be his last championship either. He is on for very, very big things. Remember the name, everyone, Dino Beganovic. He is going a long way in this sport, and it's been an absolute privilege to have him in this championship. And on behalf of all the staff here at the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, we would like to congratulate him and the team on winning the championship. Drivers and Teams Championship secured for Dino and Prema. Celebrations with all of his family and his team. Absolutely fantastic. Friends, a big crowd of family and friends here with him this weekend in support. And rightly so, it's been a fantastic year from him. Some of the Italian F4 guys coming down as well. Well done to Dino. Very emotional getting out of the car. He's knowing it's been coming for a long time. He's been on the cusp of doing it, but the likes of Gabriele, of Paul, of Hadrian have kept him waiting. They've ran him as hard as they could. And Dino's had to fight this one very, very hard. Congratulations to him. What a way to end. Let's now go and hear from our 2022 champion, Dino Beganovic.
Hi Dino, how do you feel? You are the new winner of this championship.
Finally, I mean, we have been leading the championship since the beginning of the year, and finally we did it done officially, and I'm extremely happy.
Have you ever expected at the beginning of the season such a great result?
Yeah, we have kept it together the whole season, and in the end, yeah, we put it together before the last race.
Thank you very much. Go to the podium.
Well done to Dino there. Like he said, it's something that has been coming for a long time. Lights went out around 30 minutes ago. and Dino straight away, side by side with Victor Bernier. Paul Aron was the man who would lead us down towards the first corner, and that was as close as anyone would get to him for the entire race until the safety car came out. Victor tried to go around the outside, couldn't quite make a move. Sebastian Montoya found himself in the gravel pretty early doors coming out of the final corner. Flutzer went by. Van Hopen, who would make his way up into the points, went by as well in the 42. Gabrielli went side by side with Nico Baptiste after a brilliant section of the race. Fantastic racing between the pair of them, good respectful driving as well. This was one of the moves of the race as Gabrielli charged around the outside at turn 2 and threw it down the inside at 3. He was giving it absolutely everything he had. Mateusz Agazeta, on his debut at this circuit, sadly found himself off into the gravel down at turn number 11. Noel Leon was off into the gravel down at turn number 3 as well. This is where we saw the safety car come out after Mini and Bortoletto collided wheels coming out of turn 3. After a safety car restart, a dramatic one, Paul Aron would lead us home to take the win and continue his unbeaten run here at Mugello ahead of Victor Bernier, who got his first podium and first rookie win. Josh Dufek, his third podium of the season, in third. Dino finished 4th, and that would be the title confirmed for him. We will see him on the podium as well. And while we have a moment, we have to say this is a fantastic time for Victor Bernier to get himself on to the podium. There were rumours circulating that Santilloc Racing will be taking the place of FA Racing next season. There is just now a process that needs to go through, but FA Racing are set to leave the championship next year. Santilloc Racing due to take their place, and FA Racing, what a way this looks to end their Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine journey, with Victor Bernier on the podium for them. And we'd like to thank them for everything. There you can see the 12, Dino Beganovic. There you can see him in the number 18. We look forward to welcoming new faces next year. Dino, this was the moment he climbed out of the car. Gabriele Mini in the background. His day will come where he can stand on the car once more. An Italian F4 champion, Gabriele. He knows that feeling. It will come again for him, no doubt. Josh Dufek is to the right of screen for Van Amersfoort Racing. To the left, Victor Bernier, your rookie winner in second place. On the top step is Paul Aron, and to the right of screen, team representative from Prema Racing. Let's get the trophies out then. Well done to Josh Dufek. The gap comes down in the fight for the rookie race. He scored 15 points today in third place, and that brings the gap down to just 6 points to Leonardo Fornaroli. Victor Bernier, 2 DNFs last week, but bounces back with a podium. Well done to him, and well done to Paul Aron, the king of Mugello, on the top step. Prema take another win. Well done to him. Dino Beganovic, your champion for 2022. But that is not the end of the season. We go again tomorrow, ladies and gents. Join us at 9 o'clock local time here in Tuscany for qualifying, and we will be racing at 45 minutes past 2 local time. For now, though, from all of us, the celebrations are going to take place, and we will be back at 9 o'clock. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.